Good morning, guys. Welcome to TMXing Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're going to do some spiralized apples. I am really enjoying the Spiralizer. I've got quite a few videos that I've made in my spare time, usually at the worst time to be able to actually share them with you, so I keep them for later. And the Spiralizer is in a lot of those videos because I'm really enjoying it. So today I thought I'd do something more sweet. I've been doing lots of savory with it. So today I thought I'd do a baked spiral apples. Now we're going to go straight into start cooking, and it tells you to preheat your oven, and then it tells you to place a large bowl into the mixing bowl, weigh into the bowl on the mixing bowl lid some water and some lemon juice. I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to skip it. I'll let you know if there's any problem with the final results with doing so. By the way, if you're watching on, say hi. I'd love to know you're there. If you're watching over on YouTube, the replay tonight, of course, hit that subscribe button and share these videos with someone you know who has a Thermomix and they need to get more out of their Thermomix. That's why I'm here. So set the bowl aside with the water and lemon juice. So it's soaking the apple. No, it's not soaking yet. It's going to soak the apples, and that's the point. Place another large bowl under the mixing bowl lid. Weigh some apples that are stem removed and ends trimmed. So what I've done is I've got my apples. Now I found these in the drawer. The kids have obviously forgotten about them, or they've gone kind of off the apples. We usually go through 6 kilos of apples a shop, so 3 kilos a week. I found a box of them, right? So what I've done is I got our apple core and I cored it. I then had to cut the sides off. I was going to shape them and I couldn't be bothered. And then I cut the tops and bottoms because you need them to be flat. And we have 7 of them in here, okay? That's how many we're still good out of the pack. So I don't know how much that weighs. Remove the stems from the apples, core and trim to fit in the blade shaft. Now, a little tip, when you're trying to work out how wide they can be, you can actually kind of use the pusher and make it the same size as that lower portion. Makes sense? So that's what I did. Okay, insert the cutter shaft, which is here. Remember, I always keep my cutter shaft inside the pusher so I don't lose it. It means that no one ever blitzes it up, which can be a problem. Okay, in with the basket. Now we need our spiralizer. So I've got the cutter bit. We don't need the cutter bit. We actually want the spirals. However, I reckon if you didn't yet have a spiralizer, hello Kerry, lovely to see you on. If you don't yet have a spiralizer, you want to make this recipe, I actually think you could use the cutter and use the thick shaft and actually like cut one and then place it back together in your dish. So I reckon you could make this slightly a little bit more hands-on, but I think it would work. So insert the Thermomix cutter shaft in the basket. Done. Then insert the spiralizer with the thick cut blade, the black blade. Thank goodness they tell you what color. So that goes this way, but I'm going to actually, you know that I like to put this on first because this is the part that just won't work if it's not lined up. So in like that, okay? And then it goes to the front. Okay, there is a video if you like a video to watch. Now we don't use this one that doesn't have the little bit on the end. We actually use this one because it's got the locking mechanism to hopefully hold the apple in place. Not sure how that's going to go because we cored it, right? So there's no center left of that apple now. But anyway, we'll give this a go. Set the cutter lid in position, secure prepared apple to the spiralizer, insert the spiralizer, gently apply pressure, and in the next step, stop the motor as necessary to check the filling of the cutter basket to avoid overloading, and empty if necessary. Check the blade isn't blocked by leftover ingredients, and continue with the remaining apples. So let's grab one of these. See how maybe those edge bits will push in. There, oh, they do. A bit of apple. They thought of everything, those Germans. Look at that. I was like, how's that going to work? The center thing, like, there's nothing in the center for it to go to. All right, let's give this a go. So we're going to spin the dial. Oh, maybe I need to trim the sides too. I didn't plan for that. Oh, I just broke my apple. That's all right. That'll be fine. We'll pick a different apple to start off with. So they are very ripe apples because they've been sitting there for so long. All right. All right. This would be ideal for small apples. Okay, like if you had, you know, you can buy those seconds in the supermarket that are little. This would be ideal, I reckon. All right. putting them back in this dish that it came out of. By the way, all the spare apple bits are actually chucked aside so I can do a coleslaw with them later. Oh, there's my first apple. Now you're supposed to put it in your lemon water. I'm not. Okay, I'm not going to do lemon water. Might actually do a couple on top of each other, but what I need to check first. Yeah, so this is where I've been stuck before. If you've watched some of my videos, you've seen this challenge. See how there's this bit that's in here? Okay, pull this back apart. Oh, hang on, let it grip. That bit there. So I reckon in this instance, just some feedback for you guys as you're doing it. That'll be for coleslaw later. My thought is longer apples will be better, top to bottom, longer apples, okay, because kind of you want that much apple. This one is only going to be, I don't know, that big. What's that, an inch? Not even, 3/4 of an inch. So yeah, that's my initial thought. As I said, I do this with you guys online. I learn when you guys learn. All right, let's do it again. Usually when you use this and you're putting it in the end of a carrot or a sweet potato, it holds and you don't have to open it up each time to take it out. I think it's because I've done this with my apples and my corer was quite solid. It's having that more challenging time. Okay, let's try again. That one fits just. It is more pushing required on a Spiralizer. You'll notice it's not as fast. Hello, Raylene. I hope South Australia's good today. Definitely more pushing required than oh look, that one came out. That's what we need, okay? Definitely more pushing required than what you would be used to on a cutter shaft, okay? On a cutter pusher. I don't know, you know what I mean. All right, let's put another one in. There's a bit of a technique to lining it up. Now, that one let go of that piece, but it's probably a good time to actually remove out of the bowl, the apple. So see there? See how there's a piece of it? So it didn't come out with the blade, not the blade, the pusher this time. Come in. There we go. You are going to have leftovers. My biggest takeaway on this and apples is you're certainly going to have leftovers. Whereas as opposed to doing your potatoes and stuff, you don't tend to have leftovers on the potatoes. So I'm just putting these in nice little even piles. Okay, need a blade. Where did I put it? Over here. Okay, that goes in there. Oh, so this is where I got to make sure I line this up right. That needs to go inside there. All right, where did I put it? So maybe there's a different way to core it. Hello, Kelly. Lovely to see you on, so you don't lose so much center, which obviously means you're not going to have so much trouble with it kind of breaking and falling off the pusher. You see that one came off too, and there's no point me trying. I know what happens. If I try and, so I've done this, and I did it on camera for you when I first unboxed this. If I try and push the next one through, it fails. It just sits there and it won't go down. It requires this to be open. There it is. Be prepared for leftovers though. You'll need to put them into something else or freeze them. That was the other thing. I thought I would make a coleslaw for lunch. However, I've also got a whole lot of stone fruit that the kids have gone off. So I thought I might freeze that and actually make like a fruity dream with like peaches and nectarines. So I might just chuck this in the freezer too. And then add that as part of it. We'll see. All right. It's not as hot today here. So, you know, the whole requiring cooling type foods. It's wet, but it's not hot. It's kind of sticky and humid, but not too bad. It is definitely a longer process when you're not getting them out attached to the pusher. Okay, because you're having to do this every single time. Actually, grip here, guys. I've been trying to grip around the outer. Grip the center. There you go. It's even got little grip finger marks on it so that you can do that. So I reckon I'm only getting about half the apple. Okay, just my thoughts on that. What do I need to do? I need to put this back in. No, upside down. Okay, one more to go. And then we're going to do something. I'm going to try something. And I don't know if this is going to work. So, you know, experimenting on video for hundreds of people to watch. Not not sure if that's the best plan, but hey, keeping it real in the kitchen. Hello, Anne. Lovely to see you on. All right, so spinning this up. Okay, last one. Okay, so what I do have left is I actually have the broken one that I broke first when I put the pusher in and realised that it wasn't, oh, the last one held, look at that. Oh. When I put the pusher in and I realised that, oh, that was better. Use that triangle, guys. When I realised it was too big. So I've got that left. Oh, look at that. They're actually really pretty. I really, really like it. It's not as pretty as the picture, okay? That's probably because my apples, I didn't take the time to shape them and make them circles. So I'm not getting that perfect, like, slinky. I'm okay with that. And I think it's also probably my core removing as well. But I have a thought. So let's just grab the cutter shaft and let's see if we can get some more out of the leftovers, because I've got a decent amount of, I've got those bits I said I'd freeze. Let's see if they'll actually go through the cutter and give me some strips. So flat blade up, so I'm not grating, I'm slicing. I'm just checking in my head mentally that I've got all the bits I need. Well, I will need this one, and this is what I've got so far back here, by the way. Okay, so let's give this a go. So what I'm thinking, if I put that in, so that's that very broken one. I'm going to use the same mode. It's speed 4. So hello, Carol, lovely to see you on. I'm also going to just load it up with, so these are the bits, and they're about 1.5 centimeters that obviously are got, you know, not chopped properly and attached to the thing. So I'm going to just load them in. Let's see what happens. I would love some more strips, so to speak, to put on top. If I can, if not, I'll freeze them. It's okay. It's no big deal. So far, so good. That sounded like I got some. One more. Okay, let's see how we go. The only time that would be different is if I wanted to go thin is reverse. But otherwise, everything is on speed 4. Okay? So, always get your inside bits out. By the way, hang tight, we're going to make a syrup in a second that goes over the top of it. So don't disappear yet, those of you hanging around while I experiment. So look, I got more strips. That was the goal. So I should make it pretty, shouldn't I? I should put the messy bits underneath. I'll do that off camera later. So what I'll do, you can see some of those in there. Some of it, because I just kind of chucked it through towards the end. Some of it, you know, some of it's crumbly, but then I've got the strippy bits too. Okay, so I'm going to put them underneath the nice spirals that I've got here. All right, let's move on to this recipe. I'm going to say this, you're going to get fed up with me saying this. Remove your shaft. You will thank me for it. Too many people have blitzed them. I have not had anyone blitz them, but I know people who have. Okay, so nobody who I've sent my little ebook to has blitzed theirs up, that they've told me, but I'm going to continue just to say it. Okay, remove it, remove it, remove it. All right, let's now. It doesn't taste good. All right, and then it costs you money to replace. You can get just that part though. So it tells you how to do it. All right, let's get to. I want you to put it in that bowl of water with the lemon. Okay, 115 grams of butter. Oh, it is very soft, my butter today. I do find it interesting that they said butter from cows, from cow milk. I'm a little confused as to what other. They thinking we're going to put a nut butter into it? I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, 85 grams of brown sugar. I don't have brown, but I do have the end of my raw sugar. I don't know if this is going to be enough or not, but let's have a look. Whoa. Yes. Oh, I love it when that happens. When you empty something completely in one go. I mean 4 grams, but yes. Okay, some beautiful things now. We've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We've got nutmeg next. Then I think we've got, I'm going to just put half as much nutmeg in, guys. I'm not a fan of nutmeg, just personal preference. Generally, I tend to put like 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and then half a teaspoon of nutmeg, just my preference. Then I'm going to get my beautiful homemade vanilla. You guys saw this video a couple of weeks ago, 1 teaspoon of that. So this is the actual paste as opposed to the extract, which is brewing, and then a pinch of salt. Here's my salt, and then this is going to cook down. Now, if you want to see me assemble that, those of you on Facebook, can you check back on YouTube tonight, okay? Because I will come back on YouTube and I'll pour this over the top. I'm going to make those pretty in the dish, but I will come back tonight on the replay. You'll see it on YouTube and actually show you how I put it together. And obviously, when you're on YouTube, you get to see the final product as the starting image and the final image. Okay, that's how it works. That's why they look like real pictures from real kitchens and real homes, because that's what I do. Okay, so this is going to cook now for 5 minutes, 120 degrees on reverse, and then it's going to go over the top of those apples. So where do I buy my vanilla beans from? The place I used to buy them from no longer does it. There was somebody, Leanne, if you're watching on today, can you put in the chat? She told me where she gets hers from after our last discussion when I made that. And it was somewhere up in North Queensland. So Leanne, if you're watching, let us know what that place is you recommended. But that would be fabulous. But otherwise, guys, have a lovely day. Have a go at these recipes. I know you might not you don't have a Spiralizer yet. They are a host reward. So if you want to get online with 2 friends, watch me cook. That'll get you a discounted one. If a friend is ready to buy it, gets very, very discounted. It also comes, if you need to, with the cutter. However, there's an option without the cutter where you're getting vacuum seals, which is awesome. I have so many salads that I have whipped up over the last month because we've had a Spiralizer for a while. Divine in the far North Queensland. Carol, you are amazing. I was thinking Divine, but I wasn't sure if it was right, so I didn't want to put that out there. Thank you, Carol. That's what Leanne recommended. Check them out online, Anne. But yes, so just to have those vacuum seals, you can, put your lettuce through, put your cucumber through, put your capsicum through, put, what else do I normally put through? There's something else I'm missing. Zucchini through, carrot through, and then vacuum seal it, and it doesn't go gooey. I don't put the tomato in the vacuum seal, obviously, because it'll just make everything really wet. But yeah, so if you want to organize a demo, let me know. I'd love to hop online with you and your friends. They can watch on from somewhere else, or you can have a bit of a party at your house, get the 2 of them to your home, and we can actually simultaneously cook as well. So there's that option where we do the cook together, or there's the option where you guys all, either at your house or somewhere else, and everyone just watches me make a dish as well. So there's a lot of options there. But otherwise, have a fantastic day. Those of you on YouTube, you get to see the next part soon. Take care, enjoy your Thermomixing, and I will see you in the next step soon. See you then. Okay, time to finish up this recipe. So everything's in there. I've kind of neatened them up as little, kind of the way I do. Okay, I was going to say, a little bit. And it says to stack the apple spirals closely in the cast iron. I've just got this dish, and then pour the butter mixture over the spirals to coat. Cook for 30 minutes at 350, so that's about 170 degrees. And set the timer and monitor via the cooking center. Serve warm. So this means that it actually has a, does it have the timer inbuilt? No, so I have no idea what that means. I presume that's something to do with overseas. Maybe that's to do with the sensor. Okay, usually we use the cooking center as an app for that, so maybe that's what that's about. But otherwise, let's get this in the oven so you can see that beautiful syrup. I did incidentally, and I shouldn't have, put the cinnamon on top of the blades, and maybe a bit of the vanilla, which I don't want to do. I don't want to waste that. So all we're going to do, let's bring this over here. All we're going to do is get rid of that pesky fly. It smells amazing. Okay, we're just doing this. I'm kind of making sure I coat it as much as I can. And I'm just going to serve mine with some whipped cream. Okay, they have obviously an ice cream or something on theirs. I don't have any ice cream, so working with what I've got. And as I said, I was using these up because the kids have neglected them. Okay. And by the way, I don't know, I think I did tell you about it, but I didn't use brown sugar. I just had raw. So I used what I had. So, don't feel like you got to dash to the shops. Use what you've got. Will the flavour be different? Yes. Will it matter? Probably not. So yeah, don't stress about that. So just getting the rest of that beautiful mix out. I don't want any of that beautiful sugar that's going to caramelize on top and make a beautiful syrup left behind. If there's a bit of a chunk of it there, I'll just put that down the side. So yeah, into the oven, half an hour, 170 degrees, and you'll see the final product. Well, you've seen it at the beginning, you'll see it at the end. But otherwise, thanks for joining me today. I hope you give this a go. Even if you don't have the Spiralizer, I would say use the cutter and give it a go with the cutter. The tip to making this easier than I had it today, I would say, is smaller apples, or take the time when you like to peel the apples, but actually round them as you go, because mine weren't always round. So sometimes you ended up with portions that were cut on the sides. You didn't get the slinky, okay? And the other thing is the smaller tool you've got to remove the core, the better, because you saw how much I struggled with the pusher with its little holes and then it breaking the apple apart. It might also be my apples were overripe. They've been sitting in the drawer for a while now, but that would be my hot tips for this recipe. And I do think you've got the cutter, you can do it with a cutter. I don't see why not, why you can't put your stacks there with your cutter as well. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Share it with friends and family. Make sure you're a subscriber at TMXing Adventures to keep an eye out on all the news. But otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.